What's up with you?
What's up, Magoo?
Not much, man. Another day.
All right. Well, you know, today what we're going to get into is a story that makes us think, what a shame. And once we get into the story, I'm sure everyone will know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, everybody's familiar with the R. Kelly case. And this thing has been going on, rumors swirling, then the court cases started, the investigations, the documentaries. And now it seems that this thing is coming to a head, Magoo.
Seems like it's been going on for decades.
Now, some of the details are pretty disturbing that I was reading. Now, according to the U.S. News, R. Kelly ordered to be held without bond in Chicago. A judge has decided for the musician to remain in custody while he awaits trial on federal sex charges. Kelly has pleaded not guilty. Now, Madeline Buckley, she tweeted under this story, R. Kelly's bond hearing starting. Federal prosecutors are in court arguing Kelly is an extreme danger to the community and should be detained. She also goes on to say prosecutors say government has 3 videos depicting sadomasochistic abuse of a 14-year-old girl. I guess I'll read the third quote from Madeline. She says prosecutors are also accusing Kelly of extensive history of obstruction of justice involving threats. This risk of obstruction is real. According to Angel Cruel. So, your thoughts on this before we...
Man, I'm innocent until proven guilty.
I guess we'll just have to go.
I actually haven't seen any of these so-called sex tapes where any whatnot with my own eyes.
Neither will I watch them. I'm not interested in seeing any of those tapes.
The ones on like tabloid social media, I don't care to see. But if the court turns over their exhibit A's, exhibit B's, I would basically, like a juror, I'll give him his fair day in court like that, because he's pleading innocent as well. So
now with these videos, it's not looking too good for R. Kelly.
Well, again, with these videos, we haven't seen these videos.
Right.
You know, the trial hasn't really began. So again, it's still just hearsay evidence. It's like,
so
he's pleading not guilty. So I'm pretty sif it was what they would call, because there's a such thing as called I know it's not like murder, but they say like if you commit murder and you want to avoid the death penalty or have a chance of parole, then you'll plead guilty rather than go to trial or whatnot. In this case, it has to be something in reference to that. If he pleads guilty, then there's a lighter charge or sentence or whatnot. So I don't see him knowing, hey, in the long run, in the end, it's going to come out that I really did this, so I'm going to go take the world and all these people through this long trial. I don't see him doing that. So if he's pleading not guilty, he's got to be not guilty.
Well, I would say for R. Kelly's sake, it definitely is worth putting up a defense. And if he believes his name needs to be cleared, he's definitely going to get his day in court. But me personally,
we've seen it all before. I mean, there's people out there that's money. Like what they're saying in this case is, again, we've seen this scenario with Michael Jackson where the parents step in and they're the one that's spearheading these lawsuits and whatnot, saying their kids did this and whatnot. And a lot of cases is parents that's extorting the celebrity. Like, you do this or pay this or get that, or I'm gonna go to court. A lot of people don't know this. I'm not sure if did you know, kind of earlier, whatnot, out of context, but like it came out. Have you ever seen the movie Robin Hood Men in Tights?
I've seen that.
That director, beside not Mel Brooks, but the other director, he was one of the fathers of one of the child that settled out of court with Michael Jackson, and before it all went, he tried to slide the script to Michael Jackson and asked Michael Jackson to have his people look at it. And Michael Jackson's like, no, that's not what you're here for. I'm here to see your son and whatnot. So immediately after they won the lawsuit, he took the money and he had the movie made with that money.
So it's not necessarily an open and shut case just because the evidence does look pretty heavily against Mr. Kelly.
They kept saying that about Michael.
Right, but
man want to sleep with kids. Like,
right,
they kept saying he was guilty, but you think that's fair? Hey, you subject your child to a court and this and that, you win a settlement, but you take the money and you go make a movie with it. That's your son, that's your kid's money. And if anything, that should be sitting until he's traumatized, is all gone, and this and that. And you made a movie. Like,
I think anytime we're talking about the abuse of children, I think it does go up another level. And this is just a tough case. We've been following it for a long time, and we definitely hope that the right thing is done in this case by all parties, and everybody take emotion out of it, look at the evidence.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not going to sit here in front and act like I've never been a fan of R. Kelly. Hey, you got a genius mind when it comes to being on that piano in the studio and your vocals. I've witnessed your career go from Keith Sweat type singing to the singer you are today. So again, I'm not going to front that I'm a fan of your music. So I'll give you your day in court. You say you're not guilty, you're innocent until proven guilty. That's the way we were taught, and the way everything is supposed to be. I'm not going to just start throwing stones at you and jumping on everybody else's bandwagon, because it's premature for people to boycott and do this and that, and you don't know.
I think at the end of the day, it's actually just really sad for everybody. Like I said, we're going to follow this case.
Tricking on these niggas, man, you bitches need to stop that. I go chase a bag and cop a fit, and I be right back, like that. Yeah, he love the way I do it like that, and he ain't even tripping, cause he know I bring it right back. Tricking on these niggas, man, you bitches need to stop that. I go chase a bag and cop a fit, and I be right back, like that. Yeah, he love the way I do it like that, and he ain't even tripping, cause he know I bring it right back. Flexing on the scene, and they like, KO, where you cop that? I'm just trying to go and put some diamonds where my watch at. Touch $1 million cash and go and run it through the projects. And you can't be the queen, that's why I'm thinking you should stop that. Niggas whipping cocaine, trying to find a way to rock that. They gon' hit the scene and they gon' find a way to shop that. Fiends gon' get to itching and they gon' find a way to cop that. And that's how we finessing, and you won't never get your block back. Bitch, who you think that you playing? Bitch, who you think that I am? We don't do no disrespect, cause we put 100 on 10. And all of my bitches is riding, and all of my niggas is sliding. And it's a chopper in the front seat, please do not pull up beside it. Tricking on these niggas, man, you bitches need to stop that. I go chase a bag and cop a fit, and I be right back, like that. Yeah, he love the way I do it like that, and he ain't even tripping, cause he know I bring it right back. Tricking on these niggas, man, you bitches need to stop that. I go chase a bag and cop a fit, and I be right back, like that. Yeah, he love the way I do it like that, and he ain't even tripping, cause he know I bring it right back. All of my features is flawless, all of my bitches is gorgeous. Tryna chase a couple million, so we could just pull up in Porsches. They hating on me, but it's pointless, when really you know you a fan. You just wanna be where I am, and trust me, love, I understand. I'm blowing kisses to your man, he gon' hit me up when he can. I know you really, really love him, so I don't be holding his hand. But girl, I got that nigga tricking, chefing eggs in the kitchen. You be wildin' on his phone line, but I just be minding my business, cause I can't give a nigga nothing but good pussy and instructions. He could never be my husband, I could never ever love him. I ain't really into cuffing, I'm just out here trying to function. Roll the weed, get the blunt lit, turning nothing into something. College funds for my cousins, couple houses for my mama. I ain't really with the drama, cause all of my young niggas wildin'. I vacation on the island, I'm cute and chubby but I'm stylish. I block his number cause I'm childish, I'ma leave him where I found him. Tricking on these niggas, man, you bitches need to stop that. I go chase a bag and cop a fit, and I to stop that. I go chase a bag and cop a fit, and I be right back. Like that. Yeah, he love the way I do it like that. And he ain't even tripping, cause he know I bring it right back.
And we're definitely going to be bringing you updates as they come along.
Because look at it like, look what Trump did with what they said the Central Park 5. When that all happened, he put out a reward or whatever, something like a hit back then, and they still in the end, Central Park 5, they redid the movie. Everything, as everyone knows, they were innocent. They had nothing to do with.
I think he said he came out and still doubled down on.
Yeah, he said he does not regret what he said, and he wouldn't take it back. But there you go. It's like people were swearing up and down these young men were guilty, and even number 45 wasn't in the position he is today, but back then he said some pretty harsh things. Borderline, to me, it was borderline. Not racist. What's the other word? Prejudice.
Very insensitive.
Prejudice. Yeah, like.
Speaking of hot button topics in politics, we had another controversy go down this weekend on the Fox Sunday morning show, I believe. You have 4 new congresswomen, honorable women, trying to serve their country, serve their community, and you have some operatives, and such as Mr. Kennedy. I don't know much about this gentleman, but from what I'm reading, he just seems like another talking head. We'll get into it. According to the U.S. News, GOP Senator John Kennedy refers to minority congresswomen as 4 horsewomen of the apocalypse. In an interview with Fox News' Tucker Carlson, Kennedy also referred to the 4 Democratic congresswomen as whack jobs who are destroying the Democratic Party. Wow, if a political party gets destroyed by these 4 newcomers, what must Donald Trump be doing to the Republican Party? What can he do to the Republican Party? They spearheaded the storming of Iraq and killing a million innocent men, women, and children on a pretense of a lie. They've destroyed the country of Afghanistan on the pretense of protecting and underhanded black operations. And at some point, we have to hold them accountable for the real things they do and not just the words. Like these 4 ladies, I guarantee you they've done nothing but say speeches. I mean, they haven't even been in to do anything. So 4 horsewomen of the apocalypse. You also got to watch it when you're a white, older man and you begin to say bad things and negative things against minorities and minority women in particular, because you do come off as a bad look. All right. It says also The Hill says GOP senators called Ocasio-Cortez and other freshman congresswomen the 4 horsewomen of the apocalypse. This is just more GOP. Even if it was a Democratic Party, it's more political mumbo jumbo. It don't seem like it's politics anymore. It's beyond politics. It's like schoolyard bagging. The ethnicity and backgrounds, all that shit have nothing to do with what the position is calling for. Right. So this is bad. This is getting out of hand. This is, again, we got 192 other countries looking at us, and we're not looking too hot right now. We're not looking unified. There's blasphemy. Now, this is a biblical reference. We know in the book of Revelations that the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, they preceded the destroying of the world. So This gentleman is saying that these freshman congresswomen are facilitating the destroying of the world. George W. Bush has nothing to do with it. I guess Donald Rumsfeld and Dick Cheney, I guess those guys really had nothing to do with it, but they don't have horses, I guess these women are the only horsemen, I guess. So anyway, more clownery from the GOP, and we'll definitely report when the Democrats start acting like clowns too, because they go back to back. All right, so we'll just move on. Wanted to let you know, if you heard of this guy Kennedy chirping, this is what he's talking about. Just another clown. We bring you clowns on here on the iiTCAST. We bring the clowns to light. Now, here's another clown story from the son of Donald Trump. His name is Eric Trump. Now, this guy, he said to Politics, tweeted, they said Eric Trump says, exactly, ridiculous. Eric Trump says that 95% of this country, quote, supports Trump's message. Is that the percentage you put on it, Magoo?
No, their administration always embellishes numbers. They have no clue. I mean, what do we expect? He showed us what he's all about before he became number 45, The Apprentice. It's all about, hey, I'm going to get a bunch of you guys around, hear your ideas, hear some good ones, steal them, fire you. And I did a good job. I got the greatest idea in the world. We seen his MO. Like,
fire.
I called it. Actually, I've been, before he kind of like, wait, I hope America's prepared for it. He's taking that slogan to the White House.
Clownery. Now, here's the sad.
There's like 200 and some empty positions now on his administration.
Clown. All right. I thought more people get in the clown car. They leave some seats empty in the clown car.
That's crazy. How is he helping?
So he'll be the only one getting out.
But even at ground zero, you got empty seats.
So here's where I go deeper in this story, Magoo. I don't think that Eric Trump is necessarily wrong. And that's the sad part. For one, this guy got elected. For two, who else? What were the other choices? They were terrible. Now, the things that everybody was cheerleading Trump along when he was tearing up Jeb Bush, when he was ripping Ricky Rubio, another one, when he was all over the other candidates, the lady, he was Farrar, whatever her name was, he was all over her. But that was fun and games. But now, when the election came, this guy got a chance to sit behind the Oval Office. Now, I don't think that America necessarily agrees with this guy on everything he says, but the underlying racism in America is not dead. And I think the stereotypes and the roles that minorities are expected to play in America definitely plays into a lot of things that Trump says. I just don't think they have the guts to say it publicly. But
I got a different vantage point as far as that's concerned. It's like I made the recollection the other day. 41. We're the same age. 78. So add 10 years of that, put me at 51. Well, 51 years ago, which hypothetically I was not born, we were not free. It was still segregation.
right.
So 50 years, like, that's not long ago. So everybody's, we're living our lives like, oh, this is so 1,000 years ago and this, that, and the other. Like, no, we're still evolving. We're still accomplishing things.
Did you know, before you go on, that to your point, blacks in America have to have our voting rights extended every 25 years? Our voting rights expire every 25 years.
I did not know that. See that? On top of that, there's still segregation, but then women had no rights, had no place in political. So we came a long ways, but not that long ago that all this was taking place. So in that aspect, you have it's generations. So say that I would have to be like 50 something. So anybody that's 50, 60, 70 still around, they have generations, 30-year-old kids or 20-year-old great grandkids or grandkids, this and that. They're from that seed, so it's not diluted yet. That ideology is not diluted to the fact of, okay, when Trump was running for office, is like, okay, I had a discussion with another king the other day. It's not the same. Okay, women voted for Barack Obama, but those were the I'm independent, I don't need no man, I'm running my own business, that change type thing. Now, he said women voted for Trump. Okay, yeah, but no. The independent women did not vote for Trump. They like grab a woman by
grab a woman by the what.
The people that, again, that ideology has not been diluted yet. So the women that did vote for Trump, those are the ones to where you're 100% through and through Confederate KKK type men. Those men, they run their house through and through. They're the ones that come home and everything is on the table. I got this ready for you. There ain't no talk back. Hey, listen to your father. Go ask your father first. I don't know that. Their vote is his vote. So whatever he voted for, she voted for. There was 2 votes in that one.
But this also speaks to the
that's how he got in office, pretty much.
This also speaks to the blue collar. Definitely blue collar Dixiecrats and definitely the Republican blue collar base. They're definitely for Trump. But here's the thing. This speaks to the deterioration of the morals in America when during a political campaign, someone is able to have sexual charges come out where they have to pay off a woman in order to keep her quiet about the paying a porn star. I'm sure he's had the same problems that R. Kelly has had recently. He's just had the means or the ability to pay him off to a higher degree. What's the difference between R. Kelly and Donald Trump? There is no difference, except for the fact that his actions are accepted and one's actions are not accepted, and I have a hunch that it's because of who they are.
If I say it all the time, if President Obama was saying a third of the things that 45 said, man,
we would have never heard of one.
He wouldn't have finished his term.
Never.
He wouldn't have got a second term. He wouldn't have the legacy that he has right now. I'm glad they were not able to tarnish his legacy.
I was telling you earlier, part of my disappointment from Donald Trump being in office is the fact, and I'm not a Democrat Republican, but I was very disappointed to see the country go from Barack Obama to Donald Trump. I thought Barack Obama was definitely an upgrade from George W., the comedian, and then the country went right back even further down to Donald J. Trump. Anyway, let's move on. Now, this story right here seems to be going alongside a trend that rappers are either ending up dead or in jail. It's pretty sad if you look at the rappers and kind of the perils of being in that profession. For one, you got to carry a gun everywhere you go because you got some idiots out there who want to gain clout
only those that show the world or let the world perceive that their life is about that or come from that, or if they actually do come from that,
you got to protect all the jewelry that you wear.
Needs a strap. Not everybody needs a strap.
You can't wear $100,000 worth of jewelry without some protection.
Yeah, somebody's going to want to test you and whatnot, so you got to be aware of that. But other than that, you don't speak that life. Like, I don't have to live. You don't have to live with a strap.
Right,
and you know what I'm saying.
So, looking at the screen, look how young this kid is. This rapper TAY-K. Let you get there. Now, according to U.S. News, rapper TAY-K pleads guilty to 2 aggravated robbery charges. Now, this is a young kid. It also goes on to say the 19-year-old rapper pleaded guilty to 2 aggravated robbery charges and pleaded not guilty to a capital murder charge related to a 2016 home invasion. According to CBS DFW, when he was 16 years old, he made a music video while on the run from police. Today, Texas rapper TAY-K McIntyre is in court for his murder trial. Now, we definitely hate to see a young kid like this in this situation. It's sad to see. I'm sure the guy is super talented in order to gain the type of notoriety that he has in the music world. But to see the trouble that he's gotten in, Magoo, this is becoming a recurring story with the industry. And what we have, Kodak Black in legal trouble, definitely severe legal trouble. We got YNB Melly. I've seen some things about the baby, how he had some trouble, and he was.
It's disturbing.
It's becoming a trend, and let us know at the bottom other rappers and things that you know of, or other information that can add to these stories below. But this is pretty sad. Do you know much about this kid?
I'm familiar with what's going on. It's just another one of those cases. Like, this is sad. Each one teach one. It's like, you got to do better as a whole, as a human race.
I think we can definitely do hip hop and enjoy it without all of this.
You got to do better as a human race. Like,
Definitely got to do
on
better.
This earth to sit here and do this to each other.
Now, someone was killed in this home invasion.
I know there's food chains and karma, rhyme and reason, and then, but hey, at some point, you get tired of seeing the latter outweigh the other. Like, seriously, we need more good things going on and transpiring. Lives are being taken. It's like, it's almost, you ever feel weird that 1 minute you're like, oh, rest in peace, like, to a celebrity, and then the day later or a week later you're saying the same thing about another celebrity, but it's not even the same effect or light, because they lead with that celebrity's backstory of being violent or this, that, and the other, or
So it's almost like they're justifying the things that happen.
Yeah.
But in this case,
I've seen that a lot. Even in our own BSMA, a lot of black lives has been dying within the last 5 to 10 years. Yes, they're on different scales as far as celebrityism and backgrounds that where they want to put them at in the media, as far as they don't have right or do have rights, justice for this person, or this person don't deserve justice, or they're taking their pick.
now
Who deserves what?
It seems that in this case that this guy is pleading guilty to the robberies, but he's denying that he was the murderer. So it tells me that, you know, there's definitely some co-defendants, and it's going to be some hood politics in this case. Hopefully, all the information comes out, and I just hate to hear that someone passed away, and this young man had a near future that was going to be very promising for him before this incident. So we just hope that everyone affected by this case, our prayers go out to you. We hate to see this type of thing, but here's a story for you. Now, you're one of my favorite producers in the game. Yourself, Brassie's Plum, T. Lou, you guys are some of my mentors, and some of the guys I look up to, and as far as producers. This next story is pretty interesting, right up our alley. According to HaHa, now it was a funny website name, but they come out with some pretty good stories. According to HaHa, what producer would you pick for your debut album? Now that's a hell of a question. From Pharrell to Kanye West, music fans are sharing their thoughts about the best producers in the game after a prompt from @Genius. So Genius asked a question. This is a pretty popular tweeter. He said, who would you ask to produce your debut album? And boy, they definitely 4.1 thousand responses. I'll ask you that, Magoo. We put you on the spot here.
I was just thinking that, like, does it have to be one person? And they said, like, Pharrell to Kanye. I mean, I'll do it this way. I'll do you one better. They're saying they're debating who's the best producers. So I wouldn't say.
Okay, let me do it like this.
Producer that would do my whole album, but I'll say at least my top 5 producers. I'll say DJ Quick, Pharrell is one of them. Clive Davis. A lot of people don't know him. A guy who wore many hats. Producer is one of them. I'll give that to 4th position to Clarence Avant. And my 5th one would be Bad Coleman Jam. I'll give that to what's his name? Motown. Not Barry Gordy.
Smokey?
The other one, Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's a hell of a list you got there. Some of the names that stuck out from me from that list: DJ Quick. I'm definitely a huge DJ Quick fan. From day one, he jumped on the scene. Dr. Dre, obviously. But some of the newer guys, I like Weezy. I think the distorted bass beats that they're coming out with are pretty groundbreaking. I think they've definitely figured out how to move a crowd. Boy, that's pretty tough. I mean, I like producers that I don't necessarily know who they are. Like I love the guy who produces Young Dolph. I don't know his name, but every time I listen to Young Dolph, I'm saying, who produced that guy?
You said, like, producers you don't know. Did you know? I mentioned one producer, Clarence Avant.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know without Clarence Avant, you would have never heard of Bill Withers?
Wow. Ain't no sunshine.
Yes. Without Clarence Avant, do you know you would have never heard of SOS Band?
Just was said, I don't care what it did to them. Just be good to me. Yeah. I just saw them in concert.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. Wow.
The list goes on.
The list goes on.
He's man.
Wow. Okay.
Didn't know that, but he doesn't even wear that hat as a producer. They call him the industry's godfather.
Wow.
He's the deal maker. He's responsible for Jim Brown's acting career from the Cleveland Browns. He's responsible for.
And you were telling me about this guy yesterday. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So, hey, if you have a favorite producer, drop your top 5 producers down low. We want to hear about it here at the iiTCAST. Whether they're known or not known, let us know. And if you got a producer that you think is dope and nobody's not out yet, drop his name and let us see it. We'll research him. We'll check him out. Now, you can also contact the show if you're interested in getting your video in as video of the week. Make sure you contact us at gmail.com, iiTCAST@gmail.com, so that we can give you the information how you can advertise on this show.
Hey, if you'd like to let us know what your top 5 producers are, top 5 artists, whatever, interact with us. We would love to interact, shots out, get something going, and this is what we're here for, the outlet from Oklahoma to the world. iiTCAST, Twitter at iiTCAST, Magoo Vision at Twitter, and WD3_Black Guy at Twitter.
They just let me out of Twitter jail. That's cool. All right, so all right, hey, but you're trending with the iiTCAST, and we appreciate you for trending with us. This is WD3, my moderator Magoo, 3 O's, and make sure you stay tuned for What's Up With It.